Hey, it's Tawana with Destiny Education and the Biblical Understanding of American Politics. Every now and then we get a comment that prompts me to decide to do a video. And recently we got a comment from someone about the United States Postal Service. Now, I want you to understand something that before many people even really cared about the Postal Service before DeJoy was appointed, I have been a postal nerd. I love the post office and have always loved the post office. And therefore, I'm not often very fooled by the rhetoric that is spread about the post office. And so this individual came through and he shows this article of $9.5 billion in losses from the United States Postal Service. Listen, the Postal Service is not losing money. Some of the other comments have included, well, media mail is a loss. Listen, when you own the entire postal route, the price you charge for media mail is still something you make money off of. It's just that the customer also doesn't have to overspend. There are many people out there who are really hard-headed when it comes to the Postal Service, and for whatever reason, they have a real bone to pick with USPS. I don't know if maybe somebody said they sent something and they never got it and they blame the post office. And because of that, they have this long-term trauma caused by the Postal Service. But the ignorance about this one entity that has been here longer than any government institution in the United States of America is appalling. And so today, to fix that problem, we decided to address it. Here's what I want you to understand about the USPS. You see, the United States Postal Service, unlike any business in the world, is required to fund billions of dollars worth of employee benefits before the employees oftentimes have even ever been hired. There are requirements put on the finances of the Postal Service that if any ordinary corporate business had to run by, all of them would report record losses. The post office is not without money. The problem is that we have a Congress who has an agenda. And when people have those agendas, you don't often know the real source of where they're coming from or where they're stemming from. So when you think about the U.S. Postal Service, I want you to understand this. Number one, the U.S. Postal Service is making money hand over fist. They are not losing a dime in the years. It looks like that only because of the outrageous requirements that are put against them. Number two, no other organization, no other corporation in America is required to hold back 10 years worth of salary, 10 years worth of retirement, and 10 years worth of benefit. That's 30 years across the board that you have to hold for all of your employees. Well, when you have 600,000 employees, the fact that they can even hold that money shows that they're making money. Don't always believe the things that you see. They're not always correct. You have to first understand what's behind the article. And that's the thing that has become most challenging in this moment and time of disinformation, is that most people do not take the time to understand what is behind the article that they're reading. We have to learn how to read with critical thinking skills. And people who come through and make falsified comments, any disinformation that is spread, we need to address. And we need to take a moment to look into it. As a matter of fact, point number 3, at no point in time has the United States Postal Service ever been funded by taxpayer dollars. They don't need to use taxpayer dollars. They simply need to stop holding 10 years worth of salary, benefits, and retirement. Christ, they could hold 5 years and still be in the black. Don't be afraid to look some things up. A quick Google search would have proven and shown you that taxpayer money does not fund the United States Postal Service. As a matter of fact, it is written constitutionally that the post office must be a self-sustaining organization so that at no point do taxpayers have to fund it. It's a neutral entity. It does not choose sides. So, while those of you who have this hard on for the post office are out there spewing your hate for one of the greatest organizations that America and truthfully the world has ever known, I want you to understand that there's a cost that comes with that. And that cost is tremendous. And to think that there isn't is you being short sighted. And at this point, you need to go into you and ask why. Why do I have such a hatred for the post office? What is it about the post office that I have a problem with? Because everything that you experience in this life begins inside of you. And until you are ready to deal with that, you're going to continue to carry hate. Aren't you tired of carrying so much hate around? I'll see you next time.